पार्वती परमेश्वरौ जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ वन्दे शम्भो मापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिम् वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वर वन्दे शिवं शङ्करं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम्. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to everyone to today's session of Shivanandalahari Shivatatvanusandhanam. We have, before I start, happy Ugadi and Sri Ramanavami to everybody. In our last session, we covered a few shlokas where Acharya talks about the immateriality of our birth, like what in what janma we are taken, what form and all of that. And even if we are born as humans, it is immaterial into which varna or ashrama you are in, whether you are a brahmachari, a grihastha, a sannyasi or a vanaprastha, none of that even matters. And then again, he also spoke about what is the true essence of yoga. It doesn't matter whether I'm going to be introspecting, trying to dive deep, or perform all of these austerities, the yogic austerities, penance, meditation, all of these things, while I'm staying in a house, in a forest, on top of a hill, in the depths of a cave, in the water, or amidst fire, right? None of that matters. Why? What matters is where our mind really is. The essence of all of that being that we have to be constantly immersed, constantly reminding ourselves, constantly in that state of contemplation of Shiva, Shiva Padara Vinda, right? So the lotus feet of Paramatma, as long as we are contemplating on that, that is what is the most important thing. All of these aspects of birth, form, the place, none of this is really the true purpose behind doing all of these things, right? Now, we will move on to the next set of verses where he now argues from a different perspective. In this perspective, the sadhaka is acknowledging the wretchedness of our own existence, the dainyata, right? The kripanata, like I am incapable. And therefore, by virtue of my incapacity, you have to take care of me. So now he's drawing into attention another aspect of our own humanistic tendencies. So we'll start from the 13th shloka. Asare samsare nij bhajan dure jadadhiya भ्रमन्तं मामन्धं परमकृपया पातु मुचितम् मदन्यः को दीनः तव कृपण रक्षाति निपुणः त्वदन्यः को वा मे त्रिजगति शरण्यः पशुपते त्वदन्यः को वा मे त्रिजगति शरण्यः पशुपते. हे पशुपते, असारे संसारे निज भजन दूरे जडधिया भ्रमन्तम् अंधं मां पातुमुचितम्. कृपण रक्षाति निपुणः तव मदन्यः दीनः कः. कृपण रक्षाति निपुणः तव मदन्यः दीनः कः. मे त्वदन्यः शरण्यः त्रिजगति कः. So the essence here is, hey Shiva, it is only appropriate that you have to save me. It is only right. It is only appropriate for you to save me. Who am I? An ignorant fool who is meandering, who is wandering aimlessly in this meaningless samsara, which has become distanced from worshipping you. You who is the Lord of all beings, you who is the Pashupati. Where can there be a person who is more miserable than me? And for someone like me, where is there someone who is more skilled at saving me than you? Because your Kripana Rakshati Nipunaha, Ati Nipuna. In what? In Kripana Raksha. You are very well versed in protecting those who are miserable. Is there anyone in these three worlds apart from you in whom I can take refuge in? So that's the essence of this shloka. And here Acharya says, hey Pashupate, he gives two adjectives to this samsara. Says asare, nissara, like asara, there is no sara at all. Sara is like having the key essence, or something that has a lot of like meaning, and like from the point of food, something that is very nutritious, something that kind of like rejuvenate you, give you energy, give you, cure you, and make you feel like full, right? That is sara. Something that which can enlighten, which can make you feel um, very satisfied. And he says this is asara. This samsara is asara. Why does he say this samsara is asara? There is a second adjective that he uses. The asarata of this samsara is because it is nija bhajana dura. It has turned away. It has turned its face away from worshipping you. Nija bhajana dure. Nija bhajana duratvat samsara asaraha. Because I have turned away from you, now this samsara cannot satisfy me. Why is that so? And what does this mean to be turning away from Shiva Puja or Shiva Radhana? Understanding that the true essence of our life or our being is to understand our oneness with Shiva, is to understand the vastness, the omnipresence of the divine entity within and without, both inside and everywhere outside of me, around me, being completely oblivious and like an ignorant, completely forgetting this basic fundamental truth. I am indulging in this samsara thinking that this is going to satisfy me, that is going to satisfy me. The pursuit of my sensual pleasures, the pursuit of these worldly resources, I think that that is what is the ultimate satisfactory element in this life. But is that so? Is that really true? If that were to be so, then it should be so for everybody, right? Let's take an example. I like sweets. I love sweets. And by virtue of me liking sweets, it should always give me satisfaction, no matter how much I have. But no matter how sweet a substance is, can we just keep having it? After some time, we start like feeling nauseous. Just even looking at it will be like, no, enough, I'm done. I can't take more of this. And if someone tries to force feed us, we get so annoyed. Why? It is the same food that we were craving. All of a sudden, why are we now kind of detesting it? Point number one. Secondly, okay, I crave sweets. I have a lot of sweets, and I don't mind. I can keep gobbling any number of time. Maybe I'm not going to eat everything today, but tomorrow also I'm going to have the same quantity. Day after tomorrow also I'm going to have the same quantity. What is going to happen to my system, my physical body? Is it really giving me health? Is it making me capable? Is it making me efficient in everything that I want to do? Or will I hit a point where I'm going to start cursing that, oh my God, why did I even have to do this? Why did I have to take this on? Why did I have to, eat so much? Now I'm having stomach pain. Now I have got like something else, some other chronic illness, right? And the next thing is like, now that I'm suffering, I look at somebody else who is enjoying it and I'm like, oh my God, look at me. I used to be like this. I used to be like that. Someone else is enjoying. Someone else has a better status than me. Someone else has better looks than me. Someone else is doing better in life than me. Their life is so much better than me. Everything that I have spent accumulating, has it made me peaceful? Has it made me calm? Has it made me happy? Truly happy? No. Then how can we say that there is Sara in this samsara? Because we have lost sight of what is the true purpose behind all of these things. When we are blessed with any affluence, do we realize that whether it was by birth or whether it was by hard work or however, all of this, there is something else that is at the behind all of these things? A pure accident, maybe? That I was born into a good family, I was born into a good health with all my senses being functional, and I could use this. I had the resources that I could work towards. Even if I had to work hard towards it, I was able to get them. Every single day that I am waking up, breathing, what a blessed opportunity this is. Let me make the most of this by doing things that is truly going to help me understand myself, get past all of these elements of fear, hatred, everything that I keep, the basal emotions and feelings that keep bubbling up within me. How can I transcend these things? How can I be more loving? How can I be more kind? Because isn't that what Shiva is about? And if I want to understand my oneness with Shiva, how can I realize that oneness with Shiva if I don't manifest those same attributes and qualities that I look in my Paramatma? But instead, we are always so keen on accumulating for my own pleasure, not happiness. Right? So there is that Shreyas and Preyas, right? It is all about Preyas for us, not Shreyas. And therefore, this samsara becomes asara for us. Not that whether it is innately so, because ultimately, having been born here, we have to use this birth itself to transcend this. We have to use this birth, we have to use this very samsara, this very world to transcend it. But transcension is not dhikkara of it. Transcending is understanding the limitations and the capabilities that exist, and then overcoming those limitations by using the capabilities. In this samsara, in this birth, we are bestowed with a lot of capability, but we just need to make use of it in the right direction. Then samsara will have sara. But more often than not, very generally, we turn this samsara into an asara by being nija bhajana dura, right? Asare, samsare, nija bhajana dure. How do we indulge? How do we kind of like, behave in this asara, samsara, which is nija bhajana dura? How do we behave? We behave as though jadadhiya brahmantam andham. How am I behaving? I am behaving as though someone who is of a low intellect. Jadadhi. Dhi is what? Buddhi. And what is the nature of buddhi? Buddhi nishchayatmika. That which can like clearly identify what is rita, what is anrita. But when the jadatva gets attributed to that buddhi, that dhi, dharana, right? That which has to uplift you, your mind, your intellect, that which has to uplift you, if it becomes afflicted, if it has contracted jadatva, inertness means that I'm not going to bother exercising those things. Even in our lifestyles, right, we become very inert, not doing much. I don't want to work, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do the chores, none of that. Let all the intelligence be given off to the machines, and I'm just going to sit back and relax. When the jadatva is attributed to buddhi, then we are as good as becoming blind. We have blinded ourselves because we have become jnana shunyas. We have lost the power to discriminate between what is right for me. What should I do and what should I not indulge in? What should I withdraw from? So Jadadhiya, Brahmantam, and then like how a blind person, if they have to move, they have to feel and then figure out and then continue. So similarly, we having lost that discriminatory power of our intellect about what is good and what is not, we end up meandering, wandering aimlessly, experimenting as though, yeah, this is happiness, that is happiness. Eating more, eating this sort of a food is happiness. Like accumulating more wealth is happiness. Having 4 branded cars, top notch Ferrari, Aston Martins, that is what is happiness. And then we go on and on and on and on, and then we continuously try to compare ourselves with others and then make ourselves more miserable. Just as A person who cannot see, who has lost his sight, meanders trying to figure out, where is what, where is what, where is what. Jadadiya, Jadadhiya, Brahmantam, Andham, Mam, Patumuchitam. This is my nature. I have turned this samsara into asara by having lost my capability, my by the nature of my inert intellect. I have blinded myself. This sort of a person that I am, it is appropriate for you to save me. You have to, in fact. It is only the right thing for you to save someone who is like this. Me. Why? Why is it appropriate for you? It is appropriate for you because you are Kripana Rakshati Nipuna. That is what your whole essence is. You're very skilled, extremely skilled. You're very knowledgeable. And therefore, because your skill and your knowledge has to be put into some use, no? I might be a great carpenter. I might be a fantastic painter. But if I can't paint, what use is my skill set? If I can't make something, if I can't make a furniture, what use is my skill set? Look, I am giving you an opportunity to make use of your skills. That's the argument Acharya is making over here. You should be great. You should be very happy that, there is someone like me, because now there is point for you being a Kripana Rakshati Nipuna. For your Nipunata, for your Naipunya, now there is a purpose. Who is that purpose? Me. I am the most Kripana, most miserable, wretched. And therefore, it is appropriate for you to come to save me. You have to. That is your duty. That is your skill set. So make use of it, no? What's the point? Simply having the title of Kripana Rakshati Nipuna. Prove it. Tava Madanyaha, the Dinaha Kaha. For you, is there anyone more miserable than me? Show me. Look at all the deficiencies that are there inside me. I don't even know what is right, what is not right, what should I do, what I should not do. You have to guide me. Why? Because the Paramaswarupa of Shiva is Jnana. There is no difference. Shiva is Jnana. Jnana is Shiva. Therefore, for you, is there anyone more miserable than me? And corollary, for someone like me, in the three worlds, is there someone more benevolent than you? Me tvadanyaha sharanyaha trijagati kaha. In all of these three worlds, to who else shall I go? Who is going to accept someone who is so miserable like me? You are so kind. You're so loving that even at the end of the journey, when I'm dead, and when everyone else will just leave me and go away, over there also you're waiting for me. You dwell in Smashana, a point where nobody wants to go, nobody wants to stay, no matter how much we love our own relatives, our own relations, no matter how much we are in, absolute adoration of them. Do we go, stay, saying that, oh, my my love of my life is over there, so let me be near to him or her? Even there, Shiva is waiting. It's like, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Who else can I go to in all of these three worlds if it isn't you? That is what Acharya is communicating in this. In the next shloka, he takes it another level. In this shloka, he now talks about the relationship that exists between the Shiva and the sadhaka. What is he saying over here? Prabhustvam deenana khalu paramabandhu pashupate pramukhyෝham teshamapi kimuta bandhuttvamanayoho त्वय्यैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यं मदवनमियं सन्बन्धुसरणिः त्वय्यैव क्षन्तव्याः शिवमदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यं मदवनम् इयं बन्धुसरणिः. Again, you will see repeatedly Acharya calls him Pashupati. And a few sessions ago, we went into a lot of depth about what is Pashu and why is he Pashupati. So again and again, the moment we hear that Pashupati, that imagery of being a Pashu, and him being the Pashupati who can like guide the Pashu in the right path, it should again and again come into our mind. Hey Pashupate, Tvam Deenanam Prabhuhu, Ataha Paramabandhuhu Khalu, Ahamapi Tesham Pramukhyah, Anayoho Bandhutvam Kimuta, Ataha Madhaparadhaha Sakalaha Tvayaiva Kshantavyaha, Madhavanam Prayatnat Kartavyam Iyam Bandhu Saranihi is the more like, if it were to be mentioned as a prose instead of a verse, right? So that's how the words will get rejuggled. Basically, what Acharya is saying here is, hey Pashupati, Lord of the beings, you are indeed the greatest friend. Parama Bandhu, you are the greatest relative, the most like closest friend, best friend for all wretched beings. Okay. And what else? I am the foremost of all the wretched beings. If there is a queue, if there is a list of the most miserable people in this world, I will be the foremost of them. You are the best friend of wretched people, and so therefore there is a relationship between us. Okay, there is no escaping now. I am related to you. Why? Because you are Deenanam Prabhu. You are the one who is the protector, who is the Lord of all miserable. Why? Because you are dear Parama Bandhu. Isn't it? Because in the previous verse itself, he's already called him Kripana Rakshati Nipuna. And therefore, me being the foremost of the most miserable people on this earth, and you being the best friend, the Lord of the miserable people, now there is a relationship between both of us. You cannot escape. You might deny it, but I won't deny it. Okay. Anayoho bandhutvam. Between us, now there is a relationship. Kimuta, what is there to think about it? Don't debate with me about this. Don't tell me that, no, wait, I need to understand this. How are you? I said like, no argument over here. Okay, let's not discuss too much about this fact. You can see the forcefulness of that argument. It's like, it is logical, Baba. Let's not talk too much about it. I am very miserable. You are the best friend of whoever is miserable. Therefore, you are my best friend. Okay, that is undeniable truth. So let's not talk too much about it. Let's move on. What do we need to move on to? The moving on point is very important. Ataha, because of this relationship that we have, ataha madaparadhaha sakalaha tvayyaiva kshantavyaha. You alone have to forgive all of my sins. I have committed a lot of transgressions. Okay. Lot of aparadha. I have committed lot of mistakes in my life. Very horrible ones. But you alone have to forgive all of them. Why should I forgive? Why, are you going to ask me why should I forgive you? Well, you should forgive me because Madhavanam, right? My protection, you have to do it with effort. Prayatnat kartavyam iyam. Madhavanam iyam. My protection, this act, you have to forgive all of my mistakes. You have to forgive all of my transgressions and sins. Why? Because by that forgiveness, by that act of forgiveness, you are going to protect me. And this act of protection, you have to put a lot of effort behind that. It is not easy to protect someone like me. Because every other day, every other moment, I'm going to do something transgressive. I'm going to go commit the same mistakes because all I have to do is Shiva Paradha Kshamapana Stotram. One stotra I will tell you, and then it done. Mafi. This is my nature. So you have to put a lot of effort. Prayatnat kartavyam. Prayatnat kartavyam. You have to be very effortful. I'll give you full-time job. That is going to be your full-time. I'll keep you extremely busy in protecting me. He might ask, why do I have to do this? Then he says, Iyam bandhu saranihi. This is what relationship is about. This is what people do. This is what is the test of all close relationships. How close we are to somebody is determined by how many times you are going to put up with all these shenanigans that they do. When we lose our patience with someone, what happens? We just leave. It's like done. Okay, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm gone. Somewhere that relationship broke off. Talking from a material perspective. I can't put up with this. Over. But you're not like that, no? You don't abandon. You don't leave us. When are we not going to leave? When we continue to forgive and forgive and forgive and give another opportunity, give another opportunity, give another opportunity, he'll get better. He or she will get better, will get better, will get better. That optimism is eternal in you. It takes a lot of effort. In our mundane relationships itself, you can relate to how tough it is when we have to put up with somebody's repeated mistakes. Again and again, how many times do I have to tell you that, you need to do the laundry like this, or you need to do this, you need to do this, you don't talk to me properly, you ignore me. Like all of these complaints ultimately at one point will be like, I don't want to deal with you. I'm going away. Done. But Shiva, Tvam Deenanam Prabhu, you never, because you're the Lord, you never let go, no? Paramabandhu. In Kannada literature, in Karnataka, we had an amazing author, a dramatist, T.P. Kailasam. I forget which play, but he amazing puns. He was like, his plays are so comic, literally laugh riot. And he was really excellent in drawing puns. In one of his plays, he says there is this friend, lawyers. Then lawyers are like, very commonly featured in many of his plays. So one person comes and he tells his friend who is a lawyer, is like, I'm your friend in need. Indeed, everything is yours. Right? So indeed, everything you have to do, like every aspect, because I'm your friend in need. Indeed, everything is yours. You come and, like, rescue me out of these predicaments and everything. So like that, Acharya's argument here is Tvam Dinanam Prabhuhu Paramabandhuhu Khalu. Isn't it so? And I am the foremost amongst them. And this relationship doesn't need any other discussion. Don't come to me and say, no, 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 there is someone. No, no, I am the foremost. And by virtue of me being the foremost, I am ahead in the line and you're right there. So I am right in your sight, line of sight. Don't see here and there. He, him. No, 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 no. Please see me. I am miserable. I have lost sight of what I should do. I don't know. And like a pashu, I'm like running here and there, here and there, here and there. You are the Pashupati, no? So you please guide me properly. And if you want to guide me, please be aware that I might trip again and again and again and again. You would have told me 10 times that this is what you have to do. This is how you need to engage in this world. This is the true essence of this birth. This is how you have to live. The next moment, I would have forgotten that. The next moment, my eyes will again look for something that is pleasurable. I will again run behind something else that is going to take me away from you. I make mistakes repeatedly, but please continue to forgive me. Please continue to forgive me. And you alone has to forgive me, because ultimately you are the one who has to protect me. And for that protection, don't think too much, because that is the right thing to do. That is what relationships are about. We have to protect one another. I can't protect you because I'm miserable. So all protection is your duty. And that duty, you have to do it effortfully, because I am such a creature. You have to put a lot of effort on me. Like a child that is absolutely incapable, how it has to be nurtured n number of times. A child might puke on a mother, might, like, pee or do whatever, hit, kick, right? A mother continues to accept, continues to forgive. She doesn't even mind. She takes like, oh, it just like, kicked me. Even that becomes so pleasurable for a mom, gives her a lot of happiness. That vatsalya, who else is going to show that towards me, Parameshwara, if it is not for you? And that is what relationships are about. So please continue to forgive me and continue to protect me, because the moment you don't forgive me, I have lost my protection. If you cannot forgive me, nobody in this world can protect me. If Shiva cannot forgive, then it's over. Nobody has any say in that. And therefore, you have to effortfully continue to forgive me and protect. And now, in the next verse, the direction changes. He is now looking at Brahma. What did Brahma do? He wrote such a fate for me. Brahma did it. But you also have to do something, no? Because Brahma did this, don't let him go. What is Acharya saying in here? उपेक्षानो चेत् किन्न हरसि भवध्यान विमुखां दुराशा भूयिष्ठां विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रं न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम् शिरस्तद्वैधात्रं न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्. So Acharya is asking Shankara, is asking Shankara, Shiva here, why are you being so distant? You know, you are acting very smug with me. Why are you doing this? You know, I have been talking about how miserable I am, why you have to protect me, why I have no one else apart from you, and all of that, and still you seem to be a little distant. You know, you're playing hard to get. Why are you doing this? Upeksha no chet. If you're not really being indifferent, if it is not because of your indifference, hey Pashupate, upeksha no chet, bhavadhyana vimukham. That which has made me turn away from your dhyana, that which has made me turn away from worshipping you, what is that? Durasha bhuishtha. That which has, like, been immersed in so much of, like, hankering after desires, evil desires, durasha, more and more. I want more. I want more. Like, I'm continuously hankering. There's so much of selfishness. There is so much of, like, just focus on only my needs, my pleasures, my wants, my needs. Durasha bhuyishtham vidhi lipim kim na harasi. Now he's pleading from a different point of view. I am wretched. I am miserable. I am incapable. Why? Because my fate is like this. I can't do anything. My fate, Brahma has written like this, that this is how he has to be. He has to be a miserable person who is always going to be hankering after his sensual pleasures, his, like, his own just materialistic aspects. That is what he's going to be running after. And therefore, he is not going to be focused on Shiva. This is what Brahma has written off. And therefore, I can't do anything. My fate is like this. Vidhi lipim kim na harasi. Why are you not changing it? You say, like, no, 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 you have to be like all of this, right? So you're saying, if I want to protect you, you need to do this, 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 this. I'm telling you, I can't, because Brahma has written it like this. You change it. No, you change my fate. If you're not indifferent, if you don't care, why are you not doing it? So next he says, Bhavan ashaktaha yadi. Are you going to tell that you are incapable of changing Brahma's written fate? Are you telling that, oh, I can't do it, or you, Brahma has written it, I can't do anything? Are you going to plead that you're not able to change because Brahma has already written? Bhavan ashaktaha yadi na nakhalu suvrattam vaidhatram tat shiraha niryatnam katham nakhamukhe naiva lulitam. If you're saying that you are incapable, that head of Brahma, which could not even be easily plucked off with the nails, which was so well established, suvratam, very well established, like the head is connected, right? It was well connected, well established. That Brahma's head, which could not be easily plucked off from your nails, from anybody's nails, how is it that you just flicked it off with the tip of your nail? Not even like you did not have to put your nails in there, just from the tip of your nakha mukhe naiva, your tiny finger, the tip of the nail of your tiny finger was enough to flick that head off. How were you able to do it, Lulitam? How were you able to, like, flick it off? Which Brahma's head, which was like so well established. That is what Acharya is saying. The reference here is obviously about the Kala Bhairava Murti, the Leela of Parameshwara, and there are different stories about why he did that. We also saw in one of the previous instances where, when referring to Shiva Padaravinda, which is not accessible to even Hari Brahma, the Lingodbhava Murti, where he emerges as a fire pillar and Brahma lies, right? So at that point, in some stories, they say that is when, becoming annoyed with Brahma's falsehood, Shiva took the Kala Bhairava form, and with just the tip of the nail of his tiny finger, he flicked that head off. In just a moment, he just like flicked it off. There is another instance where they talk about Brahma like equating himself and saying that I am as great as Parameshwara because he has 5 heads. I also have 5 heads. I'm a Srishtikarta. I can not just 4, I can even have like 5 heads with me. And he creates a 5th head born out of Ahankara. And then Parameshwara appears and like flicks it off. So there are different stories about why Shiva did that. But essentially, that reference is being brought here by Shankaracharya. And quoting that, he says, why are you not changing my fate? No. In essence, why are you not giving me that intellect? If Brahma has written that he is supposed to be a Jadadhiya, he is supposed to be a Kripana, he is supposed to be a Nija Bhajana Dhura, Bhavadhyana Vimukham, he needs to be turned away from Shiva. You are kind, no? You can change it. You can tell Brahma, no, why are you making him turn away from me? Change what you have written. Why are you not doing it? Is it because you are indifferent? Is it because you don't care because you have so many devotees? What does one person not being devoted to me, what is it going to do? Are you being indifferent about that? If it is not indifference, then are you saying you're incapable? No, come on. What are you saying that you are incapable? You are that Shiva who flicked off Brahma's head with just the tip of your fingernails. What sort of Brahma's head? That Brahma's head which cannot even be easily plucked off with nails because it is so well established. But just the tip of your nail was enough. Not even, you didn't even have to employ your full nail, just the tip was more than enough. So you have to change. You have to change my writing, my fate, and make me who I should be towards you. So that, the next verse, he again, here it's almost as though like, threatening, like, Brahma has done this, you need to change. But in the next verse, Shankaracharya, again says, oh, no, you know what? Brahma dhirgayur bhavatu. May Brahma have long life. He's done a very great work. What that great work Brahma did, we will look at it in the next session. We can think we have come up to 15th shloka. We'll start with the 16th one in the next class. Shivamastu Nityam. Thank you. Any questions, please feel free.
Praveen,
Yes, uncle.
uh, what I heard from these three shlokas that you gave commentary on,
Yeah.
it seems it is putting too much pressure on Shiva, and me being totally lazy, not doing anything, and complaining that, see, it's your job, you do what you are, what
Yes.
elevate me,
Yeah.
doesn't seem does not seem to be right, because earlier commentary that you gave before we started the session
Yeah.
said that it is our part that we need to e- equally distribute between, the balancing act.
Yes.
Here in these three shlokas there is no balancing.
Yes. Yes.
That is, uh,
True.
as we go along, maybe you are going to throw light on that, but so far that's what came to my mind.
Correct. It is true. And this is also an acknowledgement of human behavior. See, the way to look at it is Acharya understands what human nature is like. And that is true of all great saints. Through the verses, he is giving us a voice to state what we go through. We all understand that we are capable of things. God has given us all the resources that are essential for us. But yet, how tough it is for us to do what we need to do. We come up with rationalizations. I'll give my own example. I don't have to refer to anybody because that's what I love about Shivanandalahari. It is because it is so personal to me because I feel like, oh my goodness, this is so true. I want to work out. I want to be very meticulous in my, you know, workouts, whether it is like going to the gym, whether it is doing yoga, all of that every single day. The moment I wake up, I'll be like, oh, there is this meeting that I have to prepare for. Like, I have to prepare all the notes and everything. There's an early meeting happening. It's okay, I'll do it later. And by the end of the day, I'll be like, oh my God, I just ate right now. I'm already exhausted. And let's do it from tomorrow onwards. And then I'll be like, my life is like so busy. Like from morning till evening, I'm doing this. I need to cook. I need to clean. I need to do this. I need to go here. I need to. Where will I find time to work out or do yoga? I know I have to do it. I want to do it, but I can't. How many times have we made these same arguments in our daily lives? We
We
do it,
do it all the time.
right? And that is what is so natural about this. He is voicing the same rationalizations here also, but in the very next verse you will see how he also then so gives, as we evolve, we all have done this. The problem is when we just remain over there. But having gone through this process, I can tell you one thing from my own personal experience. The more and more and more, with true honesty, with true utmost honesty, when we express our incapabilities, then we will figure out a path of how we can transcend those incapacities. That is working within us itself. So, therefore, it comes to a point where I would say that, you know what, I'm going to rearrange things a little bit more. I'm going to set up my workbench near my work desk so that when I'm actually in a meeting and I am not talking, let me pick up my dumbbells and I can do my workout right then and there while I'm waiting. We just have to be very honest with ourselves about our limitations. So, at the beginning, we can come up with all of these rationalizations. But if there is sincerity in that prayer, you're not going to remain over there. You definitely will not remain over there. You will move on. You will transcend. It is possible. I have experienced it.
The
But
other point I was going to make on that one, just a quick thing is
it's,
when devotees, especially such greatest devotees like Acharya, any of them, even when you look at the Bhadrachala Ramadas, right?
yeah,
There are times they become childlike when they're talking to the God. Just like a child, she will say, I want this, and then they will plead. After that, they will be, really not, they will be mad at the mom, and they'll be like,
yeah,
why are you doing this? You're
yeah,
not good.
yeah,
Exactly, they become that kind of a connection between the God and the devotee,
true.
like baby and the mother,
Yeah,
and they say things.
yeah,
They don't really mean those things like, hey, you are incapable or anything, right? So all of us have seen those kind of things with when child, comes to a mom and say, you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
giving this to me.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's not that they don't love, they love so much, right? So that's the thing that also that I feel like sometimes.
Correct, correct. All these are all very natural. That is what is nice about stotras like this, because it brings us face to face with our own natural tendencies. The way we behave, that closeness is also an important element of sadhana. Like if I don't take liberties with my God, who else am I going to take liberty with? But sincerity is at most essential. Palagaru, you have something, please feel
No,
free.
no, nothing, nothing. Just I want to share like these feelings only. As when we start doing puja, also that time also we always ask God to like this. My heart and my manasu is not with you. You please, my manasu has to be there. That
Yes,
is your duty to
correct.
please do it. As same words I want to share. That's why I told,
Yeah,
because they are our parents. They are the Adi
yes,
mother and father.
but
That's why.
yeah,
So mother and father, we ask like that only. So
true.
that's why Shankaracharya also the two.
Yes.
That's
In
the
fact,
same word.
you're absolutely right. In when Yajnavalkya, he talks to his wife, you know, Gargi or Maitri, Maitri, I guess, or Gargi. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. But he says that he whom the Atma chooses, it reveals itself unto him. You can do all your effort, but ultimately that Atma has to accept. And Atma is Shiva. Ultimately, Shiva has to accept. We can put all sort of effort, and even Akkamahadevi in one of her vachanas, she says that, it is not in my capacity to please you. You please accept me yourself, because I can't win you over. You have to come. It's kind of like saying, I can't come up to your level. You please come down to my level and take me up.
Yes,
Because
mother also do the same thing.
when you want to pick up a
So
child,
Shiva, Shivani,
mother-
they are parents. So the
yeah,
Shiva and Amma, they both are same.
yes,
So
yes. Like a child which is saying, like, please lift me, lift me, lift me. They will then bend down and lift you and take you, right?
yes,
So that is what, that helplessness, you know, if we can acknowledge that helplessness, that is the important thing. Many times we don't acknowledge that, I don't know, I can't. We don't acknowledge that. With true sincerity and honesty, we try to argue for our limitations.
Yes,
Just
always we think that I did.
ah,
There Ahankara has to
exactly,
come.
right? Yeah.
Ahankara, there only
Ah,
Ahankara has to come.
yes.
I never we have to say that I did because
Correct.
you made me to do this.
It was because of that
Today,
person. It was because of this person. He behaved that way. You behave this way. That's why I'm like this. Always pointing fingers.
it's every
And
day
that-
when we do puja also.
yeah.
Today you made me to do this puja because of your kindness.
Yes.
Today at least you made me to do this, and
Yeah.
you have to do that. We ask every day to
Correct.
God.
Correct.
So that's why Adi Acharya also in Shivanandalahari, some slokas he has prayed in that way. I feel like that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry if any mistakes are there.
No. 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 No mistakes at all. It is absolutely apt. That helplessness, but with sincerity, when it comes, you will see it becomes very transformative. Very transformative.
Yes, correct. Yes, 100%. Yes, I feel like that only. Yes, I want to share this. That's why I raised my hand. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Your explanation is too good, sir. It is very nice.
Shiva Padamastu.